Hi friends, in this video I will tell how to win Grand Leagues in Dream11 or other fantasy applications like MyFab11, Vision11 or etc. So this video is very important. Please try to watch until the end. These are the strategies that you need to follow to win Grand Leagues in Dream11 in other fantasy applications. First important strategy is consider pitch and players report. Always try to know the pitch and players report before creating the teams, how the pitch is behaving from last 4 to 5 matches, where the pitch location, whether the pitch is Chennai, Bangalore or Delhi, whether the pitch is batting, bowling or a dry pitch or wet pitch, or whether the match is at evening or morning or etc. Because at evening sometimes there is a dew factor. And also players report, you need to consider at least player performance in last 4 to 5 matches. So this is very important thing. Second important strategy is fix at least 2 to 4 players. This fixing helps you to increase your Grand League winning chances. Suppose if you are going to join in Dream11 with 10 teams, if you fix 2 players, what does it mean is these 2 players will be present in every team of 10 teams. Suppose let's take example of India versus Afghanistan match. In India, if you fix Virat Kohli will be present in every team of these 10 teams. So this fixing will help you to increase Grand League teams. This will reduce the unnecessary players to come. Third most important thing is limit captain and vice captain options. This limiting will be very powerful. You need to at least consider 5 to 6 captain options, and vice captain options you can consider around 8 to 9. I will suggest always take captain options 5 to 6 only. Don't go above 6, because if you increase the captain options and if you join with suppose 10 teams, only one captain will perform well. Remaining all the teams will be out of winning zone. So that's why I will always suggest you take at least 5 to 6 captain options only. And vice captain options you can go up to around about 10 also sometimes, but I will mostly recommend to go with 8 to 9 or 7 to 8, something like that. Fourth important strategy is favor one team, which is called partition. So favored partition for India versus Australia match, these both teams are very strong teams. In those cases you will take both favored partition. But for matches like India versus Afghanistan, we know already India is much dominated team here. So in those cases we will favor India. We will take 6-5, 7-4, 8-3 like that partitions, which means 6 players from India or 7 players from India, 4 players from Afghanistan, 8 players from India, 3 players from Afghanistan. In this way I will always suggest you favored one team. It will drastically increase our winning chances. Next important strategy is combinations based on pitch report. This is the most important strategy. Combinations is nothing but, suppose if I take 1-3-3-4 combination, which means 1 wicket keeper, 3 batsmen, 3 all-rounder, 4 bowler. So this is the combination. Always consider combinations based on pitch report. Suppose if pitch is batting, take batting more combinations. 1-5-2-3, 5 batsmen, 2-4-2-3, 2 wicket keeper, 4 batsmen. Suppose if the pitch is bowling forward, take more bowler combinations. 1-3-1-6, 1-3-3-4, 6 bowlers, 4 bowlers, 3 all-rounders. Likewise, you need to consider combination based on pitch report. This is the important step, important strategy that you need to follow. If you follow all these basic strategies, will definitely increase your Grand League winning chances. These are the basic strategies that everyone should follow, and the optional strategies are player percentage strategy, credit range selection, roll frequency strategy. Player percentage strategy is nothing but if you take 6-5, here 6 here means 0 to 50% selection percentage players will be present. 5 here means 50 to 100% selection percentage players will be present. Likewise 7, 4, 5, 6 and etc. I will explain clearly in later the video. Next is credit range selection. Credit range selection is for Grand Leagues, the credit range will be different. For small leagues, for at least the credit will be different. You need also consider this strategy. Third one is roll frequency section, which means selecting specific players from particular team. I will explain later clearly. So these are the important strategies that you need to follow to win Grand Leagues or Mega Leagues in fantasy applications. So using these strategies, you can create teams in 2 ways: by paperwork, or you can take help of software tools present in the market. Paperwork is completely manual way. You can manually select the players, you can write the players on paper, and you can take partition, combination you can take according to your knowledge completely manually. So what are the cons of paperwork? It will be hectic to manage teams because you need to write all the players on paper and you need to make certain calculations to create the team. So it will be hectic and time taking process. And also there is chance for repetitive captain and vice captains. If you're going to create 10 teams, there is chance that the same captain will be present in more than 5 to 6 teams. Same vice captain will be present in more than 6 teams, like that. There is also chance for repetitive combinations. Suppose if there is a combination of 1 3 3 4, there is chance for to put the same combination in all the 7 to 8 teams, like that. Difficulty to calculate the credit and selection strategies, etc. So it is very much difficult. Suppose if you create a team of 11 players, you need to sum up all the players credits, divide by 11, what is the average credit of that player. So much time consuming process. It will require at least 4 to 5 hours to do all this stuff, like considering the players and what are the player info, previous stats and pitch report, and what are the possible combinations and partitions and everything you need to consider to create teams by manually. So this is all about the paperwork. You can also go with paperwork if you have knowledge. Second one is software tools. If you don't want to waste time on this, or if you want to make simple accurate teams using softwares, you can consider any software present in the market. What are the benefit of software tools? There is structured match flow, easily select any match. In software you give suggestion and tips, player info and stats. This software will give tips and suggestions about the players and pitch and everything you required for that match. No need to calculate anything. Everything will be taken care by software. All strategies will be present, including auto create also. See, in software there is no need to write partitions, combinations and everything manually. Everything will be present there. You just need to select the required partitions, required combinations for that particular match. You can create within very less time. And also in software there are some additional features like auto create also. Software will automatically create the teams that you want. Suppose if you want grand league teams, it will create small league teams, head to head teams. Software will create automatically. And also software prime teams, expert predictions also will be provided by experts. So these are the benefits of the software tools. I am not promoting any software here. I am just telling the difference between the paperwork and software tools. You can also go with paperwork if you have time and knowledge on that particular match, or if you don't have time or to make analysis, you can consider software tools. One of the most popular software tool in the market is Fantasy Team Creator. One of the most popular software in the market present right now is Fantasy Team Creator. This is the powerful software in the market of fantasy to create accurate GL, small league and head-to-head teams. There are so many strategies and sections in this software. I will tell you brief explanation about the software. So this is the software I am talking about. The software name is Fantasy Team Creator. Here you can see matches are present in line by line, upcoming matches. You can select match. You can select your required match and you can directly create GL teams and join with those teams. Let's consider Women's T20 League. I am clicking on this match. Before clicking on this match, I will just explain the overview of the software. Here you can see complete info about the software, how to use the software and everything. And on Telegram channel and YouTube channel, you can join the Telegram channel by clicking on this link, and everything is present here. Saved matches, I will explain later. Profile and everything is present here. And football matches, kabaddi matches, so all the 3 matches are present. So click on this Women's T20 Bangalore versus Gujarat match. Here you can see total player section. First section in the software is total player section. Select the players. You can select after lineups. I am just selecting last players for just explanation purpose. So here you can see everything is present in software, like player, role, player selection percentage. You can sell by percentage, selection percentage, points, credits, and everything is present in the software. You can also edit the players if there is any mismatch in the player credits or selection percentage or role. You can change that player role here. So after selecting all the players, click on continue. So here there are 2 strategies in this software. First one is smart generation. Second one is advanced generation. There is also another option called auto create. I will explain it later. Smart generation and advanced generation. First, let's see smart generation. Choose smart generation strategy. Which team you favors? It will ask for 2 questions or 3 questions. Which team you favor? I already tell in this video before, you need to consider at least one team to increase your winning chances. If both teams are standard or both teams are very strong, you can go with both. And old rules and new rules, which is old fantasy rules or new fantasy rules, you can take according to your requirement. teams type you want, standard, risky and both. Standard teams are nothing but players will come as captains. Standard players is nothing but, suppose if you consider India team, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, or any standard top order batsman or standard all-rounders like Jadeja will come as captains. Risky means a low selection percentage players will also come as captain. Both means both standard and risky players will come as captain. Always try to take standard or both. Sometimes you can also go with risky if you are assuming that match is going to unpredicted. Both. You can create up to 9,099 teams, Grand League teams. Suppose if I create 15 teams, see, teams were created. These teams are very powerful. These teams are automatically created by the software itself. You can also check analytics for the teams, player selection, which player present in how many teams and percentage. This Richa Ghosh is present in 8 teams out of 15 teams, which means Richa Ghosh is present in 53% of teams. Vice captain selection. Richa Ghosh is present as vice captain in 0 teams. Credit selection, percentage selection, analytics, role frequency, partition selection, combinations, and everything is present here. Next one is you can save the teams. You can also see the teams in a shortcut view. You can save the teams. Click on save to save the teams. See here you can also filter teams using advanced filter. See how it works means you can select any strategy. Suppose if I am selecting combination selection, and you can take, I am selecting 1334, 1343, 2333, and if I add filter, what it happen means those teams which contain the above combinations which we are added will be filtered. So these 9 teams are with the combinations of 1334, 1343, 2333. If I remove one combination and if I add filter again, see 7 teams. So these 7 teams are combinations of 1334, 1343 only. And you can add any number of filters. You can, suppose if I add player selection, if I add some Mandana and add filter, so which means the both filtered. Whatever the teams Mandana is present, those teams will be filtered of this combination selection. Mandana is present in both teams, and the combinations you can see 1343 and 1334. So this is very powerful filter. You can filter the teams according to your requirement. See, saved teams, whatever the teams that you are saved will be present in saved matches. You can see the teams and you can also watch the results later lively. When the match starts here, you can also watch the team points. How many points the team got, you can watch lively here. Similarly for football and kabaddi also. And the second way to create teams is advanced generation. See, advanced generation, I already told you, you need to fix at least 2 to 4 players. You can fix here. In this section, you can fix those players if you want in every generator team, you can fix here. Suppose if I want S. Nawaz and Ahmad to be locked, these 2 players will be present in every generator team that I am going to create. Click on continue. Captain player section. See, I already mentioned in this video, you need to take at least 5 to 6 captain options. It will increase your winning chance. I will take some 5 to 6 cap. I am just taking randomly. You can take after making research. See, I took 5 captains. I will take another captain. 1 second. See, I take 6 captains. Click on continue. You can take 7 to 8 vice captains also. So, who are the players I am selecting here? Those players will be appeared as captain and vice captains in my generated teams. Click on continue. See, partition. I already mentioned here, partition means take one team partition if the one team is dominating. If both teams are standard, you can take both the team favored partition. Which means if I take 6, 5, 7, 4, here you can see 6 players will come from Jinnah, JIB, and 7 players will come from JIB, 4, 5 players will come from HRT. Which means here we are favoring JIB. Click on continue. Player percentage selection strategy. I already mentioned in this video, 0 to 50% selection percentage players are 7 and 50 to 100% selection players are 4. If you select 7, 4. 6, 5 means like that. There is another pattern here. 0 to 29%, 30 to 69%, 70 to 100%. Which means if you select 2, 6, 3, 0 to 29% selection strategy players will be 2, 30 to 69% selection person players will be 6, 70 to 100% selection person players will be 3. You can take either one of the strategies here. I will take this strategy 0 to 50%, 50 to 100%. Click on continue. Role frequency, I already mentioned you have control over specific team. In this JIB team, if I want 2 to 3 bowlers, I will take 2, 3. If you select 2, 3 in the generated teams, either 2 or 3 bowlers will be come from JIB. If you select 1, 2 means either 1 or 2 batsmen will be come from JIB. If you select only one batsman will come from JIB, remaining batsman will come from HRT. So you have control over specific players of that particular team. If you don't want to use this section, you can also skip. Credit range. Software automatically suggests some credit range for Grand League teams. You can go with the credit range. Click on continue. See here team combinations. I mentioned that if the pitch is batting, go with batting favored combinations like 1-5-2-3, 1-5, 1-4 or 2-4, 2-3, 2-4, 1-4 like that. If pitch is bowling, go with bowling favored combinations like 1-4, 1-5, 1-3, 2-5 like that. Here I am taking both for just video purpose. Click on continue. Generate teams. So by using all the strategies we provided, we generate teams. Suppose if I generate 20 teams, click on generate. See, teams were generated based on the strategies. Or you can do another way also. You can create some 100 teams and you can filter teams. Again, you can filter teams based on the strategies here, and you can also see analytics of those teams which are created. So this is one of the most powerful software to win Grand Leagues or Mega Leagues. You can also save teams. So you can also, there is one latest feature is you can directly copy the team from the software to Dream11 by clicking on Dream11 copy. If you click on Dream11 copy, it will automatically transfer this team to Dream11 without manually entering. Click on Dream11 copy. Team will be automatically transferred to Dream11. Pick this team. Click on next. Here you can see blue highlighted mark. Click on captain, vice captain. You can save the team. In this way, you can directly transfer team from software to Dream11. There is also another way to create teams, auto create. I will show auto create also. Auto create. You can auto create teams, Grand League teams, Small League teams, head-to-head teams. You can also go with old or new fantasy rules, Grand League teams. You can create auto create teams. Software will automatically create teams. You can also create small league teams. You can create up to 5 small league teams. These are the small league teams. You can join with these teams in small leagues. You can also create two-head teams. There is also one of the important feature in the software is prime bookings. You can book prime teams for the teams when bookings are open. Wait, I will show you. Suppose let's take example of South Africa domestic test D1 first match. See, when bookings are open, you can see book teams option. When you can see book teams option here, you can book prime teams for that particular match. Click on that match. So book teams, here you can see book teams is present. Click on book teams. You can book up to 15 teams. Suppose if I book 15 teams, click on OK. See here you can see teams were booked for that particular match. If you again click, you can see booked, which means you booked teams for that match, 15 teams. See, these prime teams will be available only after lineups. And you can also transfer these prime teams directly to Dream11. When the prime teams are available, you can see teams available in place of book teams option here on that match. See here you can see teams available option, which means prime teams are available for that particular match. Click on that match. See here you can see below prime teams button. Click on that button. These are the prime teams for that match. You can directly transfer that prime teams to Dream11 by clicking on Dream11 copy. So in this way, you can book prime teams and join with those prime teams. This is one of the powerful tool. And also there is expert prediction also. For few important matches, experts will give predictions. This software is very powerful. You need to definitely consider this software. If you want this software, contact the number mentioned in the description or comment section. If you interested, you can take the software. If you are not interested, you can go with the paperwork or your own way. But remember, definitely follow the strategies I mentioned before in this video. Those strategies are common if you either create teams using manually or using any or taking help of any software tool. Thank you.